Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Time Out with Kyseé, where we are here to elevate the culture. I have a really great show for you today. I have a good friend here, Lauren Alnutt. She is an amazing artist and educator that I really want you guys to get to know. She's a seasoned makeup artist, an educator with over 15 years of experience in the beauty industry. She has spent more than a decade working with the leading luxury retailer, perfecting her craft and sharing her expertise with countless clients. She's a proud Hofstra University graduate and a devoted member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. Lauren embodies excellence, sisterhood, and service in everything she does. She is known for her kind soul, warm personality, and always welcome and smile. Lauren is a true people person who believes in the power of beauty to uplift and empower. She served as a key makeup artist for the Pretty Girls Rock ad campaign, solidifying her reputation as a makeup expert in the industry. Beyond her passion for beauty, family means everything to Lauren. She also has a soft spot for Idris Elba and appreciates a man that wears Burberry touch. Whether she's enhancing a client's natural glow or educating others in the artistry of makeup, Lauren brings skill, passion, and warmth to every space she enters. So with that, I want you guys to please welcome my Lauren. Let me give you some cheering. Yeah. Welcome to Time Out with Kyseé.
Thank you.
Yes,
So
thank you so much for being here, Ying.
Of
Well,
course.
she is the Ying to my Ying.
Yes.
But we're gonna keep that because we want to focus on other things. But she is the
Right.
Ying to my Ying. Yes. So
Yes, the yin to my yang.
yeah, so welcome today to Time Out. We got some great interview questions for you, and I know you have a lot of. I know you have a makeup class coming up, so
Yes.
why I ask you questions, I'm going to put her flyer up here, guys. So if you want to join, do you still have spaces for people to join?
I have about less than 10 spaces left, so it's
I love
almost
that for her. Let me tell you, I got goosebumps.
Yes.
Listen,
You know what? And I told myself, so I capped my class at 30. I wanted to keep it at 30, no more than 30 people, because I think that's just enough intimacy to get to people.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lord, if I get 10 people, I'll be happy. Like if I get 10, it's good for me. And I'm over 20 right now, so I'm very excited.
Now listen, hey, if it gets past 30, that just means you gotta have a second class.
You're absolutely correct.
So,
I already have
hey, it
people
doesn't
that
matter. It doesn't matter if this class fills up. So what? She has more coming. So,
Yeah.
guys, she's an amazing. I've worked with Lauren for so long, and I just love everything about her. Like for real, I love her so much.
The
So,
feeling is mutual. That's why you my yin.
yes, yes. So I love that. So, happy Black History Month too. This is another reason why we wanted to have her here because we're jumping off Black History, and it's all about educating, empowering brown and black businesses for the month of February. So please, if you have a story that you want to come on and tell, I'm here for you. I actually have another guy that's going to be here sometime this week. He's written several books about the culture, so I'm excited about that. We
Wow.
got a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys this month. But let's hop right into Lauren because I know everybody has stuff to do, and we want to go ahead and get her doing this little tutorial for us.
Yes.
So let me I'm gonna put this up here. So you can see it now, right, Ying?
Still can't see
You
it.
still can't see it? Oh,
I
I
saw
can see
your
it. Wait,
screenshot, so it was beautiful. It was
isn't that cute?
absolutely
Oh,
beautiful. Yes.
you'll be able to see it though. Once I upload this, you'll be able to see it. So,
Perfect.
guys, here you can see this is the information for Lauren's class. So please, there's a QR code for you. Go ahead and just hit on that, highlight that, and join that class. Email her, get to know her, find out when her next class is. Are you gonna be doing any virtual classes?
I will be doing virtual classes. I've been asked that maybe 20, 50,000 times as I put up this class because I have friends across the nation. I mean,
Yes.
across the world. I have
Yeah.
friends in Ghana, I have friends in Europe, I have friends everywhere. So I've been asked that. So virtual classes coming soon. Virtual one-on-ones coming soon as well. So if you want to get that personalized information, like just for you specifically, then I'm starting to do those as well. I'll start those probably in March or April, but virtual classes coming soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna do those. I like that idea too because it's a ton of women. I mean, we've seen it for years. They come in and they just buy everything, and then they get home and they don't know how to use it, and then they feel
and you know
guilty about
what?
bringing it back. I'm like, girl, no.
Yeah. And
So,
you know, that's my thing. Like working in that beauty retailer for 15 years, it made me realize that like the clients, and I specifically, I have a soft spot for black and brown women because I am a black woman, right? And you know, black women, we purchase the most, we have the highest purchasing power, right? And it's like I have people that are coming in and they're buying things that they see on social media, or they're buying things that their friends recommend to them, and it's not necessarily it's not for them what their concern is. So these classes came about with that idea, right? It's like, you know, I no longer work for that beauty retailer, so it's like, how can I still help women, help my people to purchase smart, right? And to utilize products that are going to be for them. So that's how these classes came about. These one-on-one classes are exactly for that reason as well. I have a lot of people in my church and in my family just asking me like, hey, I need a brow product, or hey, what do you recommend for a foundation, or hey, what do you recommend for this? All different ages, all different skin tones, all different skin types. And I realized like these women still need some assistance, and I want to make sure they're buying the right thing and just not buying everything that they don't need.
Absolutely. Enhancing lives, not just buying. I told somebody that I was like, even if somebody came and got a $500 basket for me, that's everything you needed. It's not
Exactly.
I'm just selling you something, you know? So I feel
Exactly.
you on that. We gotta know, like, we need to know we're buying, and so it's good that you're gonna be like as a coach to help them through it and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I love that. I love that for us. But let's jump right in, 'cause I don't want to hold you forever.
Of
So
course.
let's do some background information. So the first question I have for you is, what inspired you to become a makeup artist and an educator?
So that's a really great question. I actually, I had a mentor. So let me start from the beginning. I graduated college with a degree in communications, audio, radio. So I worked in radio production. I was Wendy Williams' manager of producing. I was his assistant. I worked at High 97, 107.5. I worked in radio for about like 5 or 6 years, and I hated it. It was very rewarding, but it was very cutthroat. You know, it was very stressful, and I was stressed out a lot at like 23 years old. So my mentor at the time, I was telling them, you know, I'm thinking about leaving. I'm not happy here. And my mentor was like, you know, make a list of things that you would do without getting paid, and then go pursue them. So the top 3 things on my list, the first one was sleep. I was like, can I be a part of some kind of sleep thing? The second one was makeup, and the third one was reading, like some kind of editor or something like that, right? So I quit my job in radio in October of 2010, and I just needed some money. So I went into the mall. I went into Sephora. I was like, I could work in Sephora for a couple of months. You know, I can work here for a little bit. And shout out to Verushka. She hired me. Like
Rushi?
Shout out to Verushka.
Hold on, let me get Rushi her claps.
Yes.
Rushi? Yeah.
So she hired me, and then, you know, what was supposed to be temporary became a career. Not just a job, but it became a career. So I started working in retail, and then after, I think maybe I worked in retail for 6 years or so, and then I was able to transfer and get promoted into corporate, into working for the brand. So, and that's where my love for education. I mean, I think I always loved educating. I love to talk. Like even with my radio degree, I was like, you know, I'm going to be a radio host. I could talk forever, but it's just not what God had a calling on my life for. It wasn't meant to be on radio. It was meant to just be more personal with people. So I like that aspect of it. So that's how I really got into makeup. It was just something that I loved and that I would have done if I wasn't getting paid for it. And I pursued it, and it ended up being very profitable for me.
I love that. I just want to take a second and just reflect back on what the episode was I did this morning about reinventing yourself. And you legit just basically said everything I said. Like, she was in a toxic job she hated. She went to school and got that degree. She hated it, and she reinvented herself. So don't think you can't.
And my thing is like, don't be afraid, because even now, I'm reinventing myself, right? I was working with this company for 15 years. That's a long relationship to be with somebody, right?
It is, yeah. It
And
is.
it's like I'm finding out
Oh,
like
damn, if you
who I
15.
am. Yeah, I'm finding out who I am, and it's another journey. And I'm gonna be 40 in April, so it's like I'm 40, I'm starting over. It's like I feel like all the odds are against me, but I'm just like, no, everything is falling into place. And I have 100% put this process and this trust in God's hand, honestly, and it's just flourishing.
That's
It's
it.
just flourishing.
Hallelujah. I love that for you. I
Thank
love that for
you.
you. You stepped out on faith. You
Yeah.
know, you stepped out on faith. And you have to. You got to step out on
And you
faith.
know what? Excuse me. If I wasn't let go from my job, I wouldn't be in this calling where I am right now. And that's like I would have stayed there because there is some kind of it feels like a safety net, right? Like
It
because
is a
you
safety net. It
have
doesn't feel like it
benefits.
is. It is a safety
Yeah.
net.
You have
It is.
benefits. You have
The
pay every two
benefits, you know
weeks.
you're gonna get paid every 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
it's a safety net.
But you know what I've learned in this process as well? It's not. It's a fake safety net because
Yeah,
they can
it's a
let you
mental
go whenever they want to.
it's
They
a
can let
mind
you
it's a
go.
mind fuck.
Yeah, they can let you go, and now there's nothing there. So
Honey,
you
and
have to be
you are
prepared.
replaced in 2.25 seconds.
100%. The
Yep.
only safety net is you making your own money, honestly,
Yeah,
and
it is.
because you know how much you need, and you know how you're gonna hustle to go get that. So that's really the only safety net that you have, and that's what I'm learning in this process too. Because even through it all, I'm just like, you know what? I didn't make any money this week, and maybe I should go look for a job. And then I go look, and I'm just like, yeah, they have some aspects of things that I want, but they also have aspects of things that I don't want, right? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to have the opportunity to pursue entrepreneurship like I can right now. So I'm going at
Right.
it full force. I'm trying to be intentional with this time, so I don't have to go back to a 9 to 5 because I don't think that's for me either.
And you know when it's not for you. You know when it's you know you got that little piece in your heart telling you what like you it's bigger things. It's big.
Yeah.
And look, don't get it. Some people it has to be somebody to fill that 9 to 5 position.
Yeah.
That's just some people, but you know when it's more for me.
Yeah.
And you can't live a sign free life. If you're in tune with yourself and the universe, you already know like when he's talking to you.
Yeah, and
So
you know what? It's like there is nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5.
no,
If
it's
that is
not.
for
Absolutely
you,
not.
that is for you. But there are certain
Absolutely
like
not.
yeah, and there was a post this other day that said your calling is never going to stop calling, right? Like it's always going to be there, and it's like even with working in this beauty retail, I was able to make my own hours. I had a lot of autonomy in this role, but it still wasn't for me,
Right,
and
right.
even with what all the luxuries that I had and everything, all the rewards that having this job had, there was still something missing. And even right now, as I am building my business and just building my network of people and building everything from the ground up, it's like, yeah, I'm nervous, but like I don't think I've been happier in like
Yes,
years.
yes. It's
In
a
years.
journey, and
Yeah,
you'll be. It's a great trip. It's
it
a great
is.
trip,
It
especially when you got
is.
faith. When you can
Yes.
hold on to faith,
One
you already
hundred
know
percent.
like
100%.
this is His will. Like don't don't operate against what you put in the universe already.
Yes.
So just stay faithful and not circumstantial. Stay faithful. I don't care how dark it gets, or
Yeah.
you think, because He just like
Yeah.
let me see. He be testing us. So.
Yeah.
I love that for you. Can you
Thank
tell us about your journey into? Oh, you already told us about that, about the journey into the. That's basically what you just covered.
Yeah.
Who were your biggest influences or mentors in the makeup industry?
So one of my, I'll say my first mentor in the makeup industry was actually you, Kyseé. It was
Oh,
you.
oh,
Yes.
hold on. Let me give myself a clap.
Yes.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. Where's my? Oh, I'm over here
I'm
trying to give
happy.
myself a clap. Thank you. I
Kyseé was my education expert at the time.
appreciate it. Wow,
So
education expert.
yes, remember that?
That sounds so hilarious.
I know. So Kyseé was literally, she was the Wikipedia of the store. You go to Kyseé knew everything. She knew ingredients, she knew applications, she knew everything. And I remember one thing that sticks out in my mind all the time about you, Ying, is number one, your love for skincare. Like that has been since day one, your love for skincare.
Yeah.
And number two, using makeup as makeup, not just like an eyeshadow for eyeshadow, a lipstick for lipstick. You were the first one. I remember Makeup Forever, that purple eyeshadow. You were the first one to put that on brown skin as a blush, and I was blown away. I was
Yeah, it's
absolutely
paint. Don't let people
blown
tell you where to put it.
away.
It's paint. It's all paint.
Yes. And so with that, it was like because my mind was so blown because, I didn't know anything about makeup when I started working in beauty retail. I knew nothing. I was just like, eyeshadow is eyeshadow, lipstick is lipstick, lip liner is lip liner. I didn't know anything, but you helped to open up, even that one little thing, putting eyeshadow on a cheek, my mind was blown.
Oh, thank you.
I absolutely and I think what I loved about my beauty career and my beginning of it is I was surrounded by really great makeup artists. I think our store had phenomenal artists in it. So
We did.
Yeah,
At that time, we was there. We had great artistry there.
great artistry. And so it was like everyone in that store I looked up to, and everyone in that store really had a place in helping me to develop my my makeup skills. And everyone was just so patient and beautiful and hard. Like I loved it. So yes, Ying, you were one of my first beauty mentors.
Oh, thank
so I
you.
love that. Yeah, and you
One
just
time
you
for
had-
old Menlo. That was a good time.
Yes.
That old Menlo.
But now my aesthetic is it's still very clean. I don't like I'm not we're going to give everyone a cut crease. We're going to do all this crazy makeup. I think it's beautiful to look at. I think it's really art, but I like when skin looks like skin.
Yes.
So it's two of my favorite artists that I just absolutely in love with, and I just like follow and like just anything they put out, I'm liking and I'm looking. Mally Thomas, she is King Mally Magic on Instagram. Her makeup is phenomenal, flawless. She's one person that has really influenced me to utilize multiple different colors just for complexion, which I love, right? And I think it makes sense, right? Because even if you look at my face right now, I am not one complexion all
Nope,
over.
I tell people that all the time. We are not one
And
color.
that's what I say too. But what I love about Mally is that she uses like it's like painting. She uses like 4 or 5 different colors, but it looks like nothing. And I love how it's seamless. So she's one of my biggest influences, Black woman as well. So make sure you follow her. And then another one of my favorites is
Wait, what's her name? I wanna Mally?
King Mally Magic. KingMali Magic. MAGIC. King Mally Magic.
Okay.
You're gonna if you follow, you're gonna fall in love. Her makeup looks like butter on Black women. It's beautiful.
I love that. I love that.
And I think she was or is like one of the like a national artist for Bobby Brown. And you know Bobby Brown,
Oh, okay.
like just looking like
Yeah,
natural
clean.
skin.
Yeah,
Clean,
I
yes.
like. Yeah, I feel. I'm here for the clean look too.
Yes, me too. And then Sheikah Daly. Sheikah Daly is the national artist, I think, for Lancome. Another Black woman. Her name
What's
is
her name? She the Daily.
Sheikah Daly.
Sheikah.
And her Instagram is official Sheiks. Official and then SHEIKS. She's another one that her skin is just always her application is just it's perfection. It's perfection. So those are the two, like whenever I'm looking for inspiration, I go to their pages and I eat it up. I just eat it up. Their makeup, their application is just so flawless that I love it.
I'm just sitting here listening to you, and I'm like, I've gotten away from doing makeup as much just because like it's kind of painful at this point. Like I don't feel like standing up for hours and doing faces, and I'll take it cool people, but the listening to this is like, wait, do I feel like I really want to? And don't get me wrong, I will paint occasionally, but I'm like, just listening to that, I'm like, maybe I do want to just go ahead and reinvent that whole golly painting faces. Is just something about painting faces?
But you know what? You know what else? I think that what sometimes because last year I didn't do makeup on anyone at all. I took like a hiatus, and I think it was the pressure, like.
Yes.
As an artist, I'm just like, let me do. You see that clip of Tyler the Creator? Like, let me just do what I got to do. Like he's yelling at the lady. Like it's like, let me just do what I want. because everything is, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Social media gives you all these ideas. It's very, very creative. But then everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants to be cookie cutter, and everyone wants to do a cut crease. Everyone wants to do glitter. Everyone wants to have lashes from their lash line to the hairline. I'm just like, that's not
That
my
outfit is
thing.
not for everybody.
Right. It's not for everybody. And the
Or
one
every
thing
day.
definitely not for every day. And the one thing that like was talking about or educating when I was in the beauty retailer, just educating now is like, make what is for you, right? Like you may not even have the same eye shape to pull off this kind of look, so it's not going to look the
Yes.
same, right? And I don't think people understand that
You know,
there's a science behind makeup.
it is.
It's not this. It's not going to be the same thing for everyone.
Nope.
You can't wear the same color. Like if you are my complexion or even a little deeper and you're bringing me a picture of Kim Kardashian saying I'm gonna look like this makeup, it's not going to look the same because we're not the same complexion. And I don't think people understand that. So it takes the fun out of it. It's just like, child, you just you're making it hard when it doesn't have to be that hard.
You this is what my Kyseéisms over the years, how I explain something to people like that outfit does not fit you. Just because your girlfriend has that outfit that you love, you can go get the exact same outfit in the exact same size, and it's not going to look the same on you because your shape is different.
Yep.
So when you start explaining, like I noticed when you start explaining people in like basic layman terms, they get it.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh yeah, like nah, that outfit is not going to be for you. And then I realized like, oh, like yeah, so it's definitely explaining to people, but we see that all the time. Like, makeup is definitely not for everybody. The same look is like everybody can't wear that number 10 smoky eye.
Listen, right?
Okay.
Everyone can't wear the same pink lipstick, and that's the beauty of makeup too. Like this is why we have so many colors because we have something for everyone. And I'm not saying that you can't wear pink lipstick or you can't wear red lipstick. I'm saying this color may not be for you, or you're going to have to use a liner with it, or you're going to have to do something, right? And I think that's where the education part comes in. But a lot of people, they're just like, they see this one look and they want these products because the artist, and I think this is this is what hinders makeup. The artist who is doing it is not giving options, right? It's saying this is like you need, like this is the puff you need and you only need this one. This is it. Like it's not giving any other options, right? And I think that there needs to be options because if I'm doing a tutorial, which I'll be doing later today, if I'm doing a tutorial, I'm saying like these colors work for me. You can get this color, or if you're a little lighter, you may want to use this. If you're a little deeper, you may want to use this. Like giving that client options because it's not cookie cutter for everyone.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So, okay. So we talked a little bit about how the internet is. So do you think the internet is a gift or a curse?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think it is. I mean, it could be. It is a little bit of both. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the way it depends on how you utilize it, right? I feel like if you are using it in a way to uplift or educate, it's
somebody's
great.
here with us celebrating.
Hey, I think if you're using it as uplift, education, or even like lifting spirits, like something funny, I think it's great. But the problem with the internet as a whole is that it's just open, so people think they have the right to say anything and do anything, and that's when it can be kind of the evil part. I think when it comes to beauty specifically, again, it's a blessing and a curse. I've never seen so many people under the age of 18 coming into a store for retinol, which doesn't make any sense because you don't need retinol at that age.
It's so scary.
I also see a lot of clients under 18 coming in just because they want to take care of their skin. They're coming in and they want to get sunscreen. They're coming in and they want to get stuff to help their skin to, be hydrated and have that glow. So again, it's a blessing and a curse. And I think it's how you use it and how you use your influence as well.
The trends, I'm just thinking about, they get scary with the trends.
Oh,
I forget. I remember that time they had those furry eyebrows out. It was some scary furry eyebrows. And it was just like, internet, knock it off.
Knock it all the way off.
Putting this stuff out here.
Yeah.
So Speaking of trends, how do you stay ahead of changing beauty trends and techniques?
I think I think I'm open to learn all the time, right?
Yes.
So I am on the internet and I'm a consumer, right? So I'm on there, I'm looking, I'm seeing like, how are people applying, how are they utilizing new products? But I'm asking my clients like what they want and what they are seeing, right? And I think
Yes.
that a lot of times trends happen because people are looking for a similar thing, right? And if I am talking to the client first, I can recognize that trend before it even hits anything, right? So I think just having clients speak and asking like, what are you looking for? What do you want? Like what's going on in your life? I think that helps to keep me in front of the trends, or even in line with the trends too. And I'm not just asking like, my clients are more of like between the ages of probably 30 to 50. That's like my client range. But also like my little cousins keep me hyped to everything. So shout out
Yes.
to Jaden
Yes.
and Kayla. They keep me hyped. They're just like, Lauren, did you hear about this? Lauren, did you hear about this? Do they carry this kind of product in Sephora? So they keep me on trend as well. It's
Yeah.
what the young people want.
Definitely have to
I'm,
keep
I'm,
them.
I'm tapped out.
Have to keep them young ones around.
You
Definitely
have
have
to.
to.
They know
They
everything.
definitely stay on top of
Yeah.
everything. They definitely get me together.
Yeah, me
Definitely.
too. And
So
they
what
can
are some of the biggest trends right now in makeup?
I think what I'm seeing, some of the biggest trends, a lot of people they want the natural ethereal glow. They want skin that looks like skin is what I'm seeing. The whole like trend of a lot of makeup is out. I think what a great trend I think is coming back is blush. There's a huge trend on
Yes.
blush right now, like layering different blushes, ombreing different blushes, like a light into a
Oh,
deep,
I like the ombre
creams,
situation.
and then powder. Like blush is coming back, so I
Well,
love that.
the 80s scared people with
Yes,
blush.
they did.
I
They did.
mean, I look at some of the pictures, I'm like, I'd be scared too. But so I
No,
love that
for
people are embracing
real.
it because we need that blush. Like you
We
guys got to put them highs
do.
and lows back in, and you need if that you have to. The blush to me is like the icing on the cake of the complexion. You have to have
100%.
it.
You have to
You
have
have
it.
to have it.
And I wasn't always a blush girl. I was like, just give me like some bronzer and I'll be fine. But
I was the
honestly,
blush.
like as I was doing my makeup yesterday and I looked at my face, I was like, something is missing. I was like, blush. And you put just a little bit like
Just a
right on
little
the
bit.
apple of your cheek, just a
It makes
little
a
bit.
difference. Just a
It makes a
little
huge
bit.
difference. Yes, a huge
Such a
difference.
such a difference. Such a difference.
Yes.
It has to. It has to. Have to. When I'm teaching the girls, I'm like, no. So you just can't put a foundation on somebody. You need to put a foundation, a bronzer, and a blush. Like give them the whole
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you sell it all too. Because people,
Yeah.
then people start getting scared because they don't know. So
Right.
once you show
Exactly.
them that how important blush is,
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
And I also think that I think what happens too is clients get nervous because they think, you're trying to sell them something because you need to make a sale or you're making commission off of it. And I also educate when I was in store. It's like, you know what, if if you're honestly just showing the client with no pressure to buy, they will buy. And if you're
yeah,
showing them that this is what they
yep,
need, they will buy. Clients will come in, and I'm speaking to my brown and black clients who come in for a foundation, just like I want a foundation and that's it. When I show them a concealer and a bronzer, how it makes them look more natural than just one
yes,
color, they buy it all, right? So it's
yeah,
about that education piece too.
yeah.
So that's what it is. But
You
yeah,
have
blushes. I don't go out my house without blush now,
You
ever.
need the blush.
But yeah,
You
you need
need the
it.
blush. Like I can't put. I'm not gonna put complexion on, and not put bronzer and blush on. You have
Yep,
to.
you have
You
to.
have to. And then you can do it so fast. Like you don't have to make it a dish. You don't have to make it a big deal. Just a
Nope.
3 and 3, and
Yep,
keep it moving.
that's it. Keep it
Real.
moving. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So, what's one beauty trend you wish would go away, and one you love, or we love blush.
We love
Which one-
blush.
which
I
one you
love
wish would
blush.
go away?
Um, okay, so a beauty trend that I wish would go away. The one thing I love I love a natural brow, right? I don't like my brows too dark. I don't like them too light. The trend, like tracing, like outlining your brow top and bottom, I absolutely hate it. I think that needs to go away immediately. It's something that it doesn't make the brow look natural. It makes the brow look very it's like your brows come first kind of thing. So I hate that. Let that go away. Also, the lashes that go from here to up yonder to God.
Oh, girl, I'm so happy you said that.
I think for editorial, it's great.
Right.
Whatever you want. Like it goes with the look. But if you're walking down the street
With some
and
scrubs on?
right, and your lashes like the lashes are like this, honestly. Like this is
Yes.
how it is.
And they're just terrible. I
Yeah.
see girls, I'm like, honey, you missing a whole ball gown. And,
Right.
you know, like you said, an editorial photo shoot. You missing a ball
Yeah.
gown, some big hair. Like, you can't walk around with scrubs on
Yeah.
with those lashes. They're
But then
scary.
also the education part, right? Those lashes pull your actual lashes out. So
They're heavy.
they're heavy, they're not healthy for your lashes at all. And there's a lot of depending on where you go, I have seen people use weave glue for lashes. I'm just like, you're gonna go bald. Like you are
Oh my
like
God, it's so painful. It's so
crazy.
painful.
Yes.
To-
So that's something. Yeah, I don't like. And again, I think that goes into my I like a natural look. Like I don't wear lashes unless I have a really like a intense eye look. I'll just put mascara on if I don't. Like I don't. I like to look as natural as possible.
Yeah, I like that. I know one that I'm hoping is gonna go away soon is the baby hair.
Ooh, child. This is auntie baby hair. This is all I do. Okay.
No, we're not gonna include that because you would have that even if you didn't try.
You're right. But the swoops and the
Oh my
swirls.
gosh, it's driving me crazy. I be like, are you serious?
But you know what? You know what happened? And shout out to Black women and the power of influence, because Black women have been doing baby hair since I would say the 90s, because that's the era I grew up in. And then
Yeah,
it started
even
hitting.
before then.
Yeah, right. And then it
We
started
do
hitting.
baby hair.
Yeah, in the 2000s though, baby hair started hitting mainstream and started hitting different kind of runway shows, and they were doing those, like they were incorporating baby hair with like the 20s era with with the Betty Boops and the loops and stuff like that, and then it started becoming into trend. It's gone crazy right now.
Oh,
I have seen
crazy.
people,
They've gotten out of hand.
and I've seen
baby
people cut their hairline to create baby hair. Like I've seen that happen too. So
These people don't even realize that they're gonna regret that. They're gonna regret that.
they will.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
It's a trend, right? So it's not going to be here to stay.
It's been here for a while though. These baby.
You're right.
Right.
I
But
mean,
now we have the new weaves coming out, the new wigs with the glueless and stuff. So hopefully, I'm like, oh my God, this came down. I even put my baby hairs out, but I don't have them out today. But I mean, they match.
But you know what? Thin brows was also a trend for a while, and then it's gone. So hopefully,
Yeah,
maybe
'cause
someone will be like, "This baby hair is getting out of control. Let's just bring it back to the beginning, and it'll be fine."
I had those cholo eyebrows that look like I just used a Sharpie.
Yeah, I had very thin. My eyebrows were probably maybe 1/3 of this brow now. Like
Your brows look good. They look
Thank
good.
you.
I remember Rushi asked me. Rushi said, "Did you do your brows with a Sharpie?"
Yeah, Verushka didn't. Shout out to Rushi again. She didn't care. She gave
One
it to
time for Rushi. I wonder how she's doing.
you. Me too.
I know she was on Facebook. I'm gonna look for her on Facebook. I'm gonna tag her when we upload this. I'm gonna tag her if she's
Yes.
if she's still here. I'm definitely gonna tag her for real. I love her. She's so funny.
She's amazing.
All right, so let me see. What do we have next? What are your top 3 must-have makeup products for beginners?
Ooh. Does this include skincare? Let's not, because you should have a whole skincare routine. That's number one.
You're right,
You should have a skincare routine. Okay, so my top 3. Number 1, mascara. I think you need to have mascara to open up your eyes. Number 2, I would say you need to I'm a gloss girl. I love lip gloss. I think you need to have a lip gloss as well. And what would I say number 3 is must have? I'm trying to think of what I do not leave the house without wearing. And of course, it's mascara, it's lip gloss, and I don't always wear foundation. I don't, and I always wear a highlighter as well. I think that helps to bring out the face too. So I would say those are my top three. Like if you have mascara, lip gloss, and a nice natural glow to your skin, you can go anywhere.
Well, I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna add skincare into it. Exfoliation, even some exfoliation pads.
If we're adding skincare in there, I always say the most basic skincare routine, you need to cleanse your face, you need to exfoliate, and you need to hydrate. And you need SPF. You need SPF. Yeah. Those are the four, need those in your skincare routine. You need them. Absolutely.
Absolutely. If you want to preserve, you need to definitely respect the sun, especially nowadays with all this global warming and stuff like that.
Yes. I do not go outside. I don't sit in front of a computer. I don't do anything without SPF.
I have to get better with SPF. I'm not gonna lie. I have to get better. Only because I'm so vitamin D deficient, so I'm always trying to catch a ray. But I still need to protect it from the harmful rays, Yeah. But even when I'm not gonna lie. Only time I really wear SPF is if I'm working in the yard, or if I'm out of the country, because that's something different when you go somewhere else. But when I go, if I have a beach day, I usually don't really have a beach day here. I'm usually at the beach at the crack of dawn, so the sun is not that strong. But if I do, if the family has a beach day, I will wear it. But I don't.
I think the sun is still the sun, and you always hear Black people don't need sunscreen.
We do.
The sun does not discriminate.
It's not.
The only
it's
thing
not racist.
is, not at all. With the melanin we have, it helps to protect you, but it's not armor. You still need something to protect you from the sun. So get your SPF.
If you're gonna be out there for a while, absolutely. Yeah. I'll never forget a quick story. One time with my brother, he was going crabbing, and I was like, "You need to put this on." And I'm not wearing that. That's for white people. I was like, okay. The next day, he walking around like this. Everything was burnt. Guess he don't make no moves without SPF. Now, I said, honey, the sun is not racist. It don't care about what color you are.
Does not care.
You better respect Sunny.
Let me tell you, I went on a group trip to Jamaica, a bunch of Black people, and we were going on a like a catamaran, some kind of boat thingamajig.
Better be.
And I was like, I bought I bring my spray SPF. I bring that all the time, and I bought it, and I'm spraying myself, and I'm looking at none of the women. Shout out to the women, they were in SPF. None of the men had any SPF at all. When I tell you, there was a line with me and the other girls just spraying them down so they can have some protection.
I believe it.
Because they were like, we need SPF. Yes.
Yeah, then they didn't want to burn, so they're going to be like, wait, what? And on a catamaran? Police. And more than likely, those things stop. You hop in the water, you snorkel a little bit, that water, you better be SPF'd.
And let me tell you, the people that we sprayed down, they were fine. The people that didn't get sprayed down, burned. In Jamaica?
That international sun is different, period.
Your American skin in Jamaica is not going to make it. So
listen, I know I was in Mexico one time, and we had a house that was inside outside house, and I'm up at the crack of dawn watching the sunrise, and at that time I was over there, I was watching Game of Thrones, and we had the TV outside, so I would sit by the pool in the morning and watch Game of Thrones, watch the sun come up. So I'm talking about 5 or 6 o'clock. So by 7, 8, the sun is just coming up, I'll put SPF on then. When I tell you I was burnt, and the sun wasn't even up like that, but it burnt me. So that's why I be like, international sun, like don't go taking yourself somewhere that your skin is not used to without respecting that sun. And like I said, this was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm safe. Honey.
No one's safe.
Tore me up. My skin was feeling like a piece of sandpaper. It's feeling like a piece of sandpaper for real.
No one is safe. No one is safe from the sun.
So let's talk about what's one common mistake people make applying makeup, and how can they fix it?
One common mistake, not using the right. I'm gonna say 2 because these are the top 2 that I see and that I hear. Not using the proper tool. So tool means a brush or a sponge. It does not include your fingers. I say you can use your fingers sometimes, but for most makeup, I always, like 99.9% using a brush. So you're not using the right brush, so you're either applying too much makeup or not enough. And then when you're applying too much makeup, it starts to cake, or you start like it peels, or like, yeah. So I think that applying too much makeup and not using the right tool, and they kind of are succinct, they kind of go together. What will happen is, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say, people, you use too much makeup, too much of anything. If it starts to roll off, if it's starting to peel, you're not having a reaction. You just use too much. Yeah.
And I would say, like, they both, like, if you start using the right tools, it'll help you to not apply so much makeup. So I always tell my clients, you want to work in layers. You want to put a layer of foundation on. You don't want to just glob it on all together at once, because you can always, it's easier to add makeup on. It's harder to take makeup off. If you put too much on, sometimes you have to start from the beginning, because you can't blend it out. So I always say, start with a little and gradually build.
Yep. That's a great tip. Great tip. Okay, so can you share some pro tips on how to make makeup last all day?
Yes. So the first pro tip, and I want you all to remember this, write this down, record it, whatever. The first pro tip is a skincare routine.
What? Wait a minute.
That is it. A skincare routine. Yes. A skincare routine.
Okay? For real.
A skincare routine makes everything so much easier. If you are exfoliating routinely, if you are putting on your moisturizer day and night, if you're cleansing your face day and night, if you're taking off your makeup, I can't express how important it is to take off your makeup at night before you go to bed, or not even wearing your makeup to the gym. All of these will help for your skin to be smoother. I tell my clients all the time, your makeup mimics the skin underneath. If your skin's not right, your makeup's not going to look right. So you want to have a great routine skincare. You want to have a skincare routine, and that's going to help for your makeup to lay flawless. Another thing I would recommend is, again, working in layers, right? And utilizing, the one thing I hear all the time is that my foundation doesn't look natural. My foundation looks like I'm wearing makeup. And a lot of times my clients are using just one product. So don't be afraid, or don't be scared to utilize multiple different products to give you that natural dimension, so it looks more natural and flawless.
It's an outfit. I tell people all the time, it's an outfit. You need your bra and your panty. You need sometimes you might need a t-shirt and a thermal. You need your outfit and a jacket. You have to layer it.
And before you put your outfit on, you gotta put lotion on. You don't want to be out here ashy. That's where your skincare comes in. That's where the skincare
Absolutely.
Yes.
Skincare. I know my children are probably watching this, and they know.
Yeah.
They know. They have, and I listen. People come in and they'll be like, "Oh, I hate my makeup. It's cakey. I need a new foundation. It's dry." I'm like, "Did you exfoliate?"
Oh my goodness, Ying! That is the first question I ask anyone. I'm like,
anyone,
when
everyone.
I ask that to every single.
The children laugh at me. I hope they watching this somewhere, because they be like, "Oh, I aggravate them." I'm like, "You don't understand how that." Like, I tell people all the time, don't buy anything else. Just buy this. I can and then go home and revisit everything you have in your closet. You're gonna be like, "Wow." That's the most important. That's the first thing.
There are so many people that are just like, "Oh, I use La Mer. I use Rodent Field. I use all of this skincare that costs hundreds of dollars, but they have not exfoliated a day."
You have wasted all that money. All that stuff that was evaporate.
So for anyone who doesn't exfoliate and is listening right now, the importance of exfoliation. So our skin, the older we get, the longer it takes for new cells to get to the surface. That's why we age. That's why we get wrinkles, etc. When those dead skin cells are sitting on the surface, they are just piling up. layers and layers and layers and layers. So when, again, you can put on the best moisturizer, you can put on the best eye cream, you can use the best cleanser. If you're not exfoliating, it is not getting to the cells that it needs because it is sitting on those dead skin cells. Exfoliation helps to take those dead skin cells off of the skin. And it doesn't have to be rough, it doesn't have to be abrasive. You could do chemical exfoliations, glycolic acids. Lactic acids is my jam. I love a lactic acid.
Good genes.
The Dr. Dennis Girls Peel Pads, my jam.
Which ones?
Oh, I use extra strength.
No. Are you serious?
Yes, I use extra strength. I use extra strength maybe 2 times a week.
Damn. Jeez. Yeah. I'm an enzyme girl. Give me some Tatcha rice powder.
Ooh, I like the Tatcha rice
The
powder.
Tatcha rice powder and then some good genes, girl. You can't tell me nothing about those two. Not nothing.
There actually used to be, there was one, it was called the Dual Exfoliator from Sephora collection that they took it off the shelf because it was a hidden gem, but it literally had,
Was that the one that was in the tube?
it was in the squeeze tube.
Yes, it was. The little
was
white
a
one. They had the white. That was. It came and left so fast.
Yep.
I sold through all that.
Yep, it was a physical and a chemical exfoliation. So
Yes.
it was enzymatic and physical. It was
But that texture was nice too. Because
beautiful.
Goop Beauty has the same thing, but that texture is not the same. Like, and I love that, but I have to mix it with something to get that texture. Why they get rid of that? That was so dumb of them.
It was a hidden gem. That's all. That's all.
I don't understand. I like those pads they have too, though. The little exfoliating pads. Those are good too.
Those are good. And those are really good for anyone who has sensitive skin because it's not a high percentage of exfoliation, but it's still effective. Those are even the gentle Dennis Gross Peel Pads are really nice too for my clients who are a little bit more on the sensitive side. But I love the extra strength. I probably do the extra strength maybe I say twice a week, but it's probably more like once a week or so. But I love them. It gives me a little tingle. If it don't tingle, I don't think it's working. So I need to tingle.
No, well, you know what? I used to think that too back in the day. I used to swear by that until what did I use? I used it was from Herbivore. It's from Herbivore, and it's a blue mask. I can't think of it.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't used it.
Yeah, but I used that. And I was like, this shit ain't working. I don't even feel nothing. And then I rinsed my face off. I was like, ooh. And that's when I knew it didn't have to hurt to exfoliate. Because up until then, I was the same way. Like, if it's not burning, it's not working. But
yeah, I'm not there yet. I like the burn. Baby facial from Drunk Elephant is my jam. I love it.
Now, that doesn't even burn me anymore.
Oh, see, look, you done. Your skin done got used to it. But the baby facial tingles. But when I rinse that off, I see immediate results with the baby.
Listen, that is the bomb. That stuff is the bomb. Yeah. I remember the first time I used that, I was hosting a party and I was tingling and I was like, let me take this off because I don't want my face to get messed up. But I'll tell you, my face was popping.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
But I know the first time I used those Dr. Gross Peel Pads, those extra strength, it was when I was teaching SOS. This is ages ago. This is when I first found out about them. And when I tell you, I was in California. No, it might have even been Skincare Encore. This is how far I'm going back. And
wow.
No. I was educating. I can't remember. If I was Skincare Encore, I was educating. But I remember the first time I used them. No, we got them. I gave them to Demetria. I remember that. And this is when it was two. It was it wasn't even a package yet. It was like two containers. And I used that thing. My face was burning for a week. It was popping though. It was popping, but it burnt for a week. I said, "Oh, I'm scared of these things." And I never used extra strength again. I gave them to Demetria because Demetria would use those things like every day.
And that's too much. I think that's supposed to dry your skin out. But I think that it has, so the extra strength does have 7 different chemical exfoliations in there. So it's very, very effective. All of my clients that have never exfoliated before, I actually tell them to get the 5-pack in Beauty on the Fly. And I say use it once a week.
Yeah, that's what I tell people too. Yeah. Especially depending on how old. Well, it doesn't matter how old they are. I'm like, you can use them more if you want. Like I have some older ladies I know. They swear by it. And they use them every day. But I'll be like, listen, you just need this once a week, literally. Once a week. You know, because anything over that is just overkill.
But a lot of clients when they buy the 5-pack, if they come back, like I've seen a lot of clients that are like, oh, you sold me this and you sold me that, and I'm coming to get the bigger pack. I'm just like, because it's worth it. The small pack is
Yeah.
20, I think it's 25 for 5, and the larger pack you get like maybe 50 for like almost $100. But if you
Yeah.
use it, it's 100% worth it. I know
It's
it's an
so
investment.
worth it.
It's
I tell
worth
people
it.
all the time, just wait till you get your coupon, girl, and get the big
Yep.
pack because it makes more
Right. Shop with
sense.
the
And
coupon.
they give
Yep.
you 5 extra ones, depending on
Yep.
which pack you get. So it makes more sense to do that.
And if
Way
you
more
could
sense.
wait till Christmas, you get a set. Like they give you everything for
Yeah,
Christmas.
they really come off with you could really come
Hmm.
off Christmas time with
Yep.
all those different sets that we
100%.
have
Yep.
for sure. All right. So, what's your favorite technique for achieving a flawless base?
Ooh, again, I sound like a broken record, but layers. That is how you look flawless. What I do, I like to even my skin first. So sometimes I don't always use a color corrector. I'll use it if I'm doing like a full face, like a full glam. But like my everyday, I'm not, because I'm a type of person, I like my natural flaws to come through. Like I like to see a little bit of my hyperpigmentation because it just looks like skin to me that way. But working in layers, so I'll do my foundation, I'll do my concealer. I'll see how that looks, and then I'll see like, do I need to put a little bit more foundation on? Do I need to put a little bit more concealer on? So I like to work in layers because that way it just looks the most flawless. And then for foundation, for your base, I say the one thing that a lot of people don't do, like please use a brush. I always recommend to use a brush. When you're using your fingers, I equate it to like if you were painting a wall and you were painting a wall with your fingers or your brush, the brush is going to look a lot more seamless and a lot more even. Your fingers, it may look like it's even on the skin, but it's not going to look even in your pictures, and it's not blending into anything. So I always
It's
say use
terrible.
a tool for your complexion products. That would be my thing. And a beauty blender, any kind of sponge, can you use that? Yes, you can, but you're going to end up utilizing a lot more product because your sponge is going to soak up some of that product. With a brush is going to sit right on the tip of the bristle if you're using it correctly and if you're not putting on too much product. If you start to see your whole foundation brush is covered in your foundation, you're putting too much product on, or you're not applying correctly. Like I tell people all the time, do not put your product on the brush. I always say put it on the back of your hand or pick it up. If you're doing a cream, pick it up from the can. Do not squeeze foundation on top of the brush because then it seeps into
I
the
hate
brush as
seeing
well.
that.
Yeah,
I hate when I see people do that. I'm like, oh
me too.
my God.
Me
Like
too.
not only using too much, but you just disrespected that brush too. All up in there.
Disrespectful. So, and then you wonder
All
why
up
your
in
brushes
there.
don't last.
Ugh. Like that's just bad.
It's crazy. So crazy.
Okay. So what are challenges have you faced as a makeup educator and how do you overcome them?
I think one of the challenges that I face are one challenge that I can think of off the top of my head is the client who's just like I came in here for one thing and that's it. Like I don't want to change. I this is what I need kind of thing. I think when it comes to makeup, you have to kind of be more of like a palm tree and kind of be able to move and have a little bit of wiggle
Flexible.
room, because with makeup also, like the makeup beauty world changes so much. You can fall in love with the product today and it could be gone tomorrow.
Yep. This
Right.
is very
And if
true.
it's gone tomorrow, it's like, well, so what else can I think having an open mind and being open to trying new
Yes.
things, I think that is one of the challenges. And also like I think another challenge is, we're in a world where like it's expensive to live in America, in New Jersey specifically. It is expensive to live here, and I think a lot of times, people, they're not penny pinching, but they want to make sure that they're buying what they need, not just like buying what is being
You think they need.
recommended. And I would say, don't be afraid to go into any beauty retailer and listen to what the expert is saying. If you're going in there for a foundation, and your beauty expert is trying to tell you about a brush or also about a concealer or about a setting spray, the question I tell my clients to always ask is, what are the most necessary products I need to achieve this look? Right? I tell my clients that because you can go into anywhere and talk to anyone and they can build a beautiful basket for you and then you'll never wear any of it,
Never.
right? what are the products that I need? What are the most necessary products I need from like top priority to lowest priority, so I can see what I can buy and where I can buy it. But I think like having an open mind is very challenging, especially as Black women in beauty retail, because a lot of what I get too, which is also a challenge. If I'm in a store and I'm the only Black person working there, every Black person wants to come to me.
Yep.
Every single person. And I get it. I understand. I totally get it. But also, I need all of us to be more open-minded, and
Right. Because we have
handing
makeup remover, you could take it right off if it don't look right.
100%. And I always say, I was like, go into a store, I was like, ask as many questions as possible, try it on if you can, and give your opinion, right? Because just because they're the beauty expert, that doesn't mean that they know what you're looking for, right? So like I say for myself, I like to match the color of my skin out here because I'm a little deeper. I like to match this color. I don't like to match the color here because this makes me look too light. I like to look bronze. I like to look brown. I like to look as deep as possible, right? So if the beauty advisor, beauty expert is matching me and they match me here, I can tell them, I think this is too light. Can we match another color, right? So it's like, know what you're looking for. Even if you don't know what you're looking for, you can say, I don't like that. Let's try something else.
Be vocal.
Be vocal, yes.
Absolutely. It's makeup. I tell people all the time, like, listen, you take it off.
You can
There's
take it
tons
off.
of it. It's not like it's a bad haircut.
Yeah.
You can take this right off. You know, you don't have to wait for it to grow out.
Yeah.
And don't be scared. Makeup is supposed to be fun.
It is supposed to be fun. And I think that, a lot of times people go into a store with reservations, right? They go in and they're just like, this person's going to try to sell me something, or this person is not my complexion, so they don't know, or this person is not my age, so they don't know.
Yeah,
either, right?
Yes.
So, and I tell them, because I get a lot of people like, oh my gosh, your skin is great. You don't know anything about skincare. I'm just like, no, I know about skincare.
Honey, you know how many times I'm older than most of those people who swear I don't know how to, I'd be like, honey, I can promise you I'm older than you.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm older than them. And they just can't. Then they want to listen.
Yep.
Or they're my age. They're like, wait, what? I'm like,
yep.
Yeah.
And I use my age to my advantage in Sephora
Me
all
too.
the time, because I don't look like I'm almost 40, but I tell them like, yeah, my thing last year was like, yeah, I'll be 40 next year. They'd be like, what? What are you doing? And I'm just like, yeah.
Same.
So, and I think
50.
That's a challenge
what?
too. Yeah.
You'll be 50. I'm like, yeah. Like, you're lying. Like, what am I alive for?
Right.
You know?
I have no reason to lie.
Nope. Just take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
So, what's been the proudest moment of your career so far?
Oh my gosh. I think, you know what? Honestly, my proudest moment so far as of today, February 3rd, 2025, is my class happening on February 22nd. It's one of my proudest moments because it's something that it was an idea that I wanted to do. And then my network of people have really come together to just give me a venue that it's a black woman owned.
I seen that Danessa was doing this. So let's talk about that. Go ahead. Talk about that.
Yeah. So for this class, I was thinking about, because I was just going to use, so I used to work for the brand Sephora collection, so I was just going to use my kit just to have products for people to utilize. And then I was like, you know what, I was like, no, Lauren, I was like, I want to promote Black businesses. I want to support Black businesses in everything that I do. That is my mindset for this year. So I reached out to one of my beauty educator friends. I reached out to Daria. She works for Danessa Myrick. So
one time for Daria.
Shout out to Daria.
That chocolate, honey, that girl, she knows she got
that
some.
That girl, her skin.
That skin is
gorgeous. Beautiful. So sweet. So I reached out to Daria and I was like, hey girl, I was like, I'm doing this beauty class. I want to support a Black beauty business. Can I borrow your kit for the day? Because as a person that works for the brand, you get some of the product. I was like, can I borrow your kit for the day? I'll make sure no one touches it. It'll just be me. I'll make sure I do all the application, whatever. And she was like, have you asked the brand if they could support you? And I was like, oh, no, I haven't. I haven't asked the brand. So I reached out to the brand, Danessa Myrick's Beauty, and I told her, like, listen, I was like, I'm a I'm a makeup artist, beauty educator. I'm doing this event. My client is mostly Black women. I want to support a Black woman brand, and I love Danessa Myers product.
That,
Danessa Myers
that
beauty
bomb,
products. They're
that yummy
beautiful.
bomb. Oh my god.
The bomb is bomb. It is amazing.
That is
Like,
everything.
I love it. And I was like, I sent the email to them, and then Kyseé, all I did, like, I was praying every day. I prayed for, like, I think I didn't hear a response for like 3 days. So I was like, and then I was like, you know what? In my mind, imposter syndrome. I'm just like, listen, it's only 30 people. You don't have a large following on Instagram, so they're like, what is in it for them,
Don't put
right?
that
So
negate out
I'm
there.
doubting myself, right?
Don't negate that, messing up the universe, what you put out there.
Right. But then in my mind, I'm just like, nah, I'm God's child. He got me. And then my thing was like, if it doesn't work out, then I have a fallback plan. Like, I know what I can do.
Right.
And they reached out, they were like, listen, they were like, we would love to support you, and this is how we could be a partnership. And it happened. So it's like, again, you got to believe in yourself. Like, what would happen? What would have happened? I was just like, you know what? They're a big brand. They're not going to help me. I'm not going to reach out. I would have never had that.
That's
so
right.
Do it. Just do it.
Stay faithful. Faithful
Yes.
outworks his dead. If she would never have done that, the universe would never been able to work to make that situation happen.
Yep, exactly.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
So
All right,
that's one of my biggest moments. Yes.
I love that. So, before we get into the tutorial, I got a few fun questions for you.
Yes, let's go. Yes.
All right, so matte or dewy finish?
Ooh, right now I'm in my dewy stage. I was a matte girl for years, but dewy.
Yes.
Give me
Now I
some
would
glow.
never. I was the same way, but now I'm like,
I
need
love
to
a glow.
glow a little bit. I love
Yep.
it. Natural glam or full beat?
Natural glam.
Same.
Yeah.
Lashes or no lashes?
Oh, this one's hard. No lashes, but mascara.
I need my lashes done. I don't fell victim to going to get them done every few weeks.
Oh, I used to get
right now.
individual. When I had individual lashes, just waking up looking like you're in a beauty.
Girl,
it was
babe.
great. It was great.
I go once a week. I'm jacked up right now.
Oh, now you're hooked. You're hooked.
I'm
Yeah.
hooked. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm hooked.
Mascara girl. Mascara girl.
Drugstore or high-end makeup?
Who? I don't know. I think I'm an ingredient snob, so I would probably go with high end, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with high end.
Beauty blender or brushes?
Brushes.
Skincare first or makeup first?
Skincare!
Skincare, guys. Skincare. You hear somebody else confirming what I say to you all the time. I'm just not saying it. You have to use skincare.
Skincare is first in the morning and last thing at night. Skincare.
Have to.
Yes, the bread. Skincare.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird. I'm up at 5 o'clock.
Same.
Early
Same.
bird.
Coffee or tea to start your day?
Ooh, tea.
Same. What kind of tea are you drinking right now?
So I'm just drinking water right now in my heavily meditated cup. But normally I drink a rose tea. I love rose tea. It's really good.
I never had rose tea. I have to try some rose tea.
It's amazing. I had it one time at this tea spot in Atlanta, and I saw it in, not the same one, but I saw a rose tea in Whole Foods, and I had to get it.
It's very high. I know it's hydrating. It's got to be
very
hydrating.
hydrating. Very hydrating.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm drinking green
really
tea
good.
right now.
Yeah.
And I'll drink that all day. Not that. I just drink tea all day.
Yeah, tea and water is what I stick with. Also helps with your skin, y'all. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I started using that drinking that tea from the Herbal Goddess, the girl that's all over Facebook and Instagram. Have you seen her?
No.
No, she's everywhere. I'm gonna have to send you her link. But she has this tea is a blood purifier, and then she has one she has a few of them, but we have the blood purifier and the skin glow. I told my brother, I said, this is a low key detox. I mean, a low key like poop tea, because when I tell you, and I feel like it's a pocket. It's like I feel like it goes in pockets of your intestine and cleans out, because the way you look and feel after you take that tea, I'm gonna send you the link. If you're into tea, that stuff is the bomb. Her stuff is it's highly acclaimed too. Like, people love that stuff.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you her link.
Okay.
Heels or sneakers?
I am a heels girl. Even at 5'10", I love heels.
My brother asked me how tall you were yesterday. I told him 6 feet, so if
Close.
I said she's tall. She's
Yeah.
she's tall.
But let me tell you, in heel, let's say an average heel is 4 inches, so I'm 6'2" in heels. So
I love a heel too. I do.
yeah,
I
I
enjoy
love
it.
a heel.
I enjoy a heel. Netflix binge or outdoor adventure?
Outdoor adventure.
Hallelujah.
I
Absolutely.
like to hike. Like, give me anything outside.
Same.
Yeah.
Spontaneous trips or well-planned vacations?
Well planned. Spontaneous gives me anxiety all the time.
I'll take those, but it can't be
It can't be all the time, but
Mm-mm.
like when I go on vacation, it is planned. If I'm
Yeah.
going with if I'm going I'm supposed to be meeting. I'm meeting my friend in Ghana in February, and I haven't planned anything except for my flight. So that's going to be spontaneous because she lives there. But if I'm going somewhere, because I also travel by myself very often. So to be safer, I like to plan things. So I let people know where I am. So,
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cooking at home or dining out?
Ooh, I should be saving my money, but I love a good meal outside.
I do too. Yeah,
I
you
love a
ordered
good
something
meal
last night.
outside.
You ordered
Yeah.
something last night when we was talking too. So, how
I
were
sure
they?
did.
Your
They were amazing. I want to get some today, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
I love that. Books or podcasts for inspiration?
Books.
Same. Are you reading a book? You have anything you're reading right now?
So I'm reading this book called what is the name of it? It's a book about, I can't think of the name right now. The art of it's talking about like living a life that's not like always like fast and hurry, like living life
Intention.
with intention,
Thriving and not just living. Because
exactly.
that's what we do most of our life. I have a book I'm going to share with
right
you
now.
too. It's really, really nice. A really good book for you to read that I've been reading.
What's it called?
I love a book that makes me check myself, that makes me feel like, oh my God, the preacher's talking to me. That's how I love a book like that.
It's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. That's what it's called.
Oh, I love that. The ruthless, and let me write that down.
Yep, the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, and it's written by it's a Christian-based book. It's written by this pastor in I think it's Seattle. I could be wrong, but it literally just talks about how we live in a world that is so just fast-paced all the time, that it's an art to slow down and really live, like really, really live. So
it's the
the ruthless elimination of hurry.
elimination of hurry. I feel like I need to read that for real.
Yeah. And I remember I took it to the hair salon once and I started reading it and I had to put it down because I'm like, no, I need to go home. I need to get a pen. I need to mark down, like I need to write stuff on the side. Like that's what I need to do. Like it's and I was like, I just read like the preface and the first chapter. I was like, yeah, I can't read this without writing. Like I have to write it.
You have to have your highlighter,
I have to. Yeah, it's
your
so
little
good.
your little notes to highlight the pages.
Yes.
The pages to go back to. Yeah, that's how I feel about this book I'm reading too. It's just like, so much information, you have to make sure you highlight that and go back and reread certain things.
Yes, 100%.
For sure. For sure. All right, so now let's go ahead and hop into our demo.
Perfect.
I'm going to put you on the big screen. Let me get rid of this. We can go ahead and get rid of that. And put Lauren full screen. And I'm going to let you have... There you are.
Perfect. Awesome. So today I'm going to show you the tools that we need for this full face. It is a couple of items. It's not a lot. The first thing we're going to do is this is the Makeup Forever palette that I will be using. What I love so this palette comes in 2 colors. There is a light medium and then a tan deep. I'm using the tan deep. I'll show you the colors so you can see which palette will work for you. This will be really good for someone who is probably like, think of Beyonce, right? Beyonce color. This would probably be her or lighter. My complexion or deeper would probably use this one here. And as you can see, this palette, I use this palette all the time. Like, I'm digging it and everything. I absolutely love this palette. This is really good for anyone who wants a one-stop shop. This is literally going to be everything you need. A one-stop shop, you want something simple, you want something easy, you want something that you could utilize all year round, because I also tell my clients, we are not the same complexion all the time. You're going to be lighter in the winter, you're going to be deeper in the summertime, just because of how close the sun is to the earth. So you cannot wear the same foundation all year and still look natural. So this is really going to help with that. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to utilize this palette for our full face. The tools I will be using, I'm only using 3 tools. I'll be using a brush. This is going to be for mostly everything. So this is going to be foundation and the deeper color for the contour. I'm going to use a smaller brush for concealer. Could you possibly use one brush for everything? Yes, you can. However, this is really big to place under the eye, so I don't recommend it. I like something a little smaller. The other thing I'm adding into this is a finishing powder for under the eye so I don't crease, and that's what I'm going to use this puffer for. So when you're applying your foundation, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either take the brush, you could put it right into the palette if you want to. You want to make sure that you're dispersing the color across every single bristle so you get a really nice application. You can also, with clean hands, take a little bit of the product and you can do stripes. Now when I put it on my face, it's going to look darker, I know. But as you can see, as I'm going down, it's blending into this color here, which is what I mentioned earlier, I like to blend into. So I'm going to take that, I'm using small circular motions, and I'm gonna do one side of my face so you can kind of see the difference. But here, I'm, again, swirling in the product. And the same motion you use to pick up the product is the same motion you use to apply the product. So you're gonna do small circular motions on the skin. And I'm going to keep it right to where the orbital bone is. I'm not going to go too far up. But you see how that's blending into my neckline here? I like to use a deeper color for my foundation because, again, like I told Ying earlier, I like to look like I'm bronze because Ying used to always tell me when I was in store that I'm a red bone, and I'm just like, absolutely not. I said, I am brown, girl. I am brown.
Yellow.
I'm brown. Now, when do you want to stop? That is up to you. If you're feeling like you don't have enough coverage, you can go ahead and put a little bit more on. What you can also do, like you see I have a little hyperpigmentation here. I'm going to take a little bit with my finger. I'm going to give a little bit of coverage, and I'm going to work around it. So you can do that as well. When you are holding the brush, you don't want to hold it too close. If you're holding it too close, too much pressure, it's going to actually take all the makeup off. I like to hold my brush either right where the ferrule and the metal meet, or I like to hold it where it says Sephora on my brush. So you want to hold it a little further back. And also when you're doing that, because you're going to be looking in the mirror, you can see exactly where you're going. If your hand is in the way, you don't know where you're putting the product. So you don't know what's going on. So holding it further back helps you to actually see exactly what you're doing in the moment. And you can see like 2 colors here. It's kind of still blending all together on this side as well. What you can also do without putting any extra product on your brush, do not forget about your neck. Please don't forget about your neck. You want to blend down so that it just looks seamless. I don't have anything else on my brush. I didn't dip it. You just want to blend down into the neck. I like how this is looking because it's looking pretty even. And like I said earlier, I like some of my natural flaws to show through, so it just looks like my skin is my skin. So we're done with the color for my foundation. For my concealer, smaller brush, you can either do, so I do this color because it's 1 shade lighter and I don't like it to be super light. You can do any shade that you want to depending on how dramatic you want your concealer to be. But I'm, again, going to pick this up in a swirly motion. I want to make sure that it's on every single bristle of my brush. And then I'm going to, I don't start right under the eye. A lot of times why it's creasing is because it's starting right under the eye. I want to start right below the eye, and I want to bring the product up. Now I'm doing more of a patting motion because I want a little bit more coverage, so I'm doing like a stippling as opposed to a buffing. Also under the eye, your skin is the thinnest around your eye and on your lips, so you want to be, I don't like to pull or tug. I kind of like to just place the product there, and then I will blend down. And as I'm blending down, I'm blending it into the foundation. Now you can see the brightness under the eye too. So again, I'm tapping under the eye, coming a little bit down the side of the nose, and then blending it into the foundation. What you can also do if you're a little bit deeper on the eye, you can add a little concealer here as well, just to help to brighten that. A lot of times, why it also doesn't look natural is because you're bright here, but you're still dark on the lid. So it looks like you have makeup on. If you bring that up a little bit onto the lid, it's going to look the most natural. Now, if you want to, you can also go back, take your brush with foundation, and also blend that way. So again, working in layers, right? So we put the foundation on, we put the concealer on, we blended the concealer out. Now we're blending the foundation back into the concealer. This is also really good if you feel like you brought the concealer down way too much and it's starting to get lighter down here. You can use your brush without adding anything on it and still to bring that back to the skin so it looks natural. So we can see it looks like skin. It looks like I have coverage, but it doesn't look like too much, right? So now I'm gonna take my foundation brush again. I'm going to use this color here, and it's a little red, so it's going to be more like a bronzy contour, which is what I like. I'm not going to put it right in here. I'm going to kind of bring it up a little bit so it looks more like a blush. Now with this color, again, I'm loading my brush up so it has the color on it. I'm going to hold my brush behind Sephora because I want the lightest touch that I can get because I don't want to put too much product on. Now, when you're doing a darker color, I always recommend start from the back of the face instead of the front, because if you put all the color right here, where is it going to go? You're gonna have it can't go anywhere. If you put the color back here and it's too much, you can always blend it into your hairline. So I put my color here. I'm kind of stamp it on, and then I'm going to bring it down. And I'm going in a back and forth motion because I want to kind of draw like that line of distinction. But after I do that, I'm going to kind of flick it up in upwards motions, so it just blends all the way out. And all I'm trying to do is add some color back to the skin, add some natural contour, okay? So I'm not going too far up, I'm not going too far down, I'm keeping it right here. So a perfect placement, look at the tragus of your ear, this little thing here, and that's where you want to place it. And you don't want to go too far under the end of your eye, because your blush is going to go here and you don't want it to look too muddy, excuse me. So I go here. And then, like Kyseé said earlier, placement, she said something about 3 and E, right? So that's literally above the brow, under the cheekbone, under the jaw. So you could do that as well. So I'm going to go above my brow, again holding the brush with a light touch, above my brow, under my jaw, under my cheek, and then under my jawline. And that just brings some natural color back to the skin. See?
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
That looks really good.
So now what I'm going to do, I'm going back to my concealer. What I like to do with my concealer, I like to let it sit so that it just settles a little bit. I'm going to blend out any kind of lines that may have settled because, you know, texture is life, right? Texture is human. So we're going to have some lines there. I'm going to take the finishing powder and I'm going to set my concealer. I set my concealer because I'm a person, if I don't set my concealer, it's going to crease. That's me. Some people don't need setting powder, but mama does. Mama needs setting powder. So I take a little bit, tap the excess off, and I'm placing it right under the eye. Okay? And then what
everybody needs setting powder.
Everybody needs it?
I feel like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had some clients that literally they'll put it on. I mean, they put on concealer and it doesn't move, and I'm just like, good for you, girl. My concealer moves, so I need.
It doesn't move. It doesn't move right away, or what? Because
no, I've had a client literally like, I don't know. She was like maybe 50 or something, but she had no texture under her eye, and her concealer didn't move like for the entire day. Oh. But my concealer moves, so I need it. But I am a believer that everyone needs setting powder. I don't bake. I don't let it sit there. I work in layers again. So this is my second layer. And I'm pressing it into the skin. That's what I'm doing. I'm pressing. I'm not swiping. I'm doing small little presses into the skin. And then what I'll do, I'll take some setting spray. Because setting spray helps to make the makeup less powdery. So I'll do that and I'll spray. And that'll help to bring a little bit more life back to the face. And normally after I spray, then I'll do like my brows and I'll do my mascara, stuff like that. And then I'll go back into I did not set my forehead. Shiny.
That's pretty easy. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the next thing, these are the last two steps, honestly. Mm-hmm. I use my finger for this because I'm just putting a little bit on my cheek. Again, blush. Like, this is natural, but wait until you see the blush, because then you're going to be like, I need blush. So I'm using this color up here. I'm using it on, whenever I'm putting any kind of makeup on my face, I like to use my ring finger because it has the lightest touch. It has the least amount of tendons. That's makeup being a science, right? So I use my my ring finger, excuse me. I'm going to place it right on the apple of my cheek, and I'm going to go up, kind of following the motion of the contour here. So I'm going to place it here. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Golly, yes. It's so pretty.
And if you want, I tell people all the time, like, my cheek eats blush for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah. So I like to put a little bit on because I guarantee by the time I leave my house, it'll look more natural. So I just take a little bit. I do light natural layers. And I'm going up into, like, almost to my brow bone. And what that also does, it helps to give you a lifting effect, right? So if you're a little bit older, you feel like your skin's looking a little bit more drag, if you do a lifting effect, it helps to lift the face. It's like a natural facelift here. And I'm also going to do the same thing for the highlighter. I'm going to wipe my finger off. And then I'm using this highlighter up here. Again, I'm going to swatch my finger so you have the color on there. And then you will see this almost right away. Like, look at that. Now, I'm a type of person, I will put highlighter everywhere. I'll put it on my eye. I put highlighter everywhere.
Flashlight?
Yes, that's me. I'm definitely, like, you can find me in the daytime and in the nighttime. You can find me anywhere.
Headlight. Yes. I love it.
And I still, like, I like a dewy finish. So I like the cream palette too because I still look dewy. Even using the setting powder doesn't take away from the dewiness that is all over the skin, right? Oh, look at that. So that was one palette. I think I did that in, like, we did maybe 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But if it's literally doing it all over the face, but it's very, very simple. Again, it's one palette. Fun fact, this is actually the deepest color that Makeup Forever makes in their foundation. So they don't even sell this in their HD foundation. This is the deepest color, so you can mix this with anything to get a little bit deeper as well. And it's a neutral undertone. So neutral is going to be good, so it doesn't look muddy or turn like too orangey or anything like that. But there you have it.
That was so easy. That was so simple for us to do. I love that you did that. Guys, and I really wanted you to see how you can enhance your beauty quick. A lot of times when we do makeup, people are like, oh, I'm not doing all this every day. I'm like, no, girl, I don't expect you to do this every day. But enhancing is good. And especially when you get to the tender age of how I'm 49. And people are, oh, you don't need makeup, or I don't need makeup. I could promise y'all, most of y'all need makeup. If you are my age, you have dark circles, and concealer is a good girlfriend. Nobody's saying you gotta walk around with a whole beat face, but there's nothing wrong with enhancing that beauty either. Enhance that beauty, and you can do you don't need a lot of pieces like that one palette Lauren has. You don't have to get that one, but there are plenty of concealer palettes out. I really hate that. I like this though because it has the blushes. Mm-hmm. I really missed that one. Remember that one Sephora collection made with Pantone?
Yeah.
I bought all those when they went on. I still have some. Yep.
Throw
I,
those out, Kyseé. They expired. Throw those out.
no. Oh no, they're just about they're used up. But no, I
Throw them
love
out.
them. They're just about done though. But yeah, I bought all those. But you know, I had some. When I tell you, I bought like about 8 of them. So I had them for a
But
while.
they were really good and they weren't expensive at all.
They were
Like
really good. I hate.
this palette I believe is $88. So
Yeah.
it's an investment. But again, if this is something that you could use every single day, you can use these on your lip. Like you can use the cheek color on your lip. So it's very resourceful, especially for my clients who are you don't want anything too crazy.
Yeah.
Basically the same look every single day. But you want some kind of you want to have
Enhancement.
yeah, exactly. This is perfect for that.
And it's not intimidating, you know. And again, don't ever let makeup intimidate you guys. Makeup is fun, and you can take it right off.
Right.
You can
If it's
take it
not
right
the right
off.
color,
So
take it right off.
don't be scared of it. Don't be scared to play. Just play in it and have fun. Okay.
Yes.
So, all right, guys, we're not going to hold you up any more longer. I've had you here long. We've had you here for an hour and a half. A lot of good.
Oh, that time went quick.
It did go fast.
This
So
is what
I'm gonna
happens when you're just yapping with the friend.
that's it, girl. That's why I told you I'm gonna do 2 separate segments because I know how I can get like, and I breezed through my first segment. That was still like 40 minutes. So
Wow.
I knew I'm gonna I'm gonna stop us here. Just don't hang up yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop this one, but then we're gonna upload. I'm gonna upload this to social media so you guys, because you know.